Hi everyone, it's Kim Hale, back with another lesson in Polymer Clay. This is Adventures in Polymer Clay, and today I want to talk about something I like to call when good canes go bad. So what I've done is I've taken a cane that you see here, which I don't even know what I was thinking. It started out as a whole just glob of canes that I think I was tired of. They had similar family colors, so I shoved them all together, and then it just, through over-reduction, it became really yucky. So, what to do? Well, what I did was I flattened it out into a sheet, put some translucent and some foils on it. These are baked, but they are not covered with future floor wax. I cut out some circles, and I'm going to eventually make these into magnets, but I may put some more flowers or something on top. So I haven't done anything with them yet, but they're really kind of neat for just exploration. There's a little heart that I might do something with. I think that'll be fun. And then this is a seashell. I did put fuchsia floor wax on it, and then I touched it with a little bit of Gilder's paste, and I think that's going to eventually be a frame. These two are magnets with butterflies, and then I've also topped them with the Gilder's paste, which is really kind of fun. So to show you what I have done, I started out with, like I said, this ugly cane. And instead of slicing it how you normally would in slices, I cut it this way into strips. And I've got those laid out here. Now this was a really old cane, so I have been trying to warm it up a bit. I've run it through a number 2 on my Makin's pasta machine. And what I'm going to do next is add this stuff I get at Michael's. It's like the foil glitter pieces, and I think it's really just all the leftovers after they make the little foil sheets. They sweep up the floor and put all this in a bag because it's got variegated, it's got copper, gold, just some really pretty colors. And I'm just kind of plopping this on here in any kind of random fashion. I'm just going to push that down. Now this is going to act as a release, so it's going to be difficult a little bit to put the next layer on, which is a translucent layer. But remember, you are the boss of your clay, and you can get this to attach. You just want to leave some gaps like I've done here. Now I've got a sheet of Primo translucent. This is rolled out on a number 8 thickness, and I'm just going to push this down, cut away the excess, and I'm going to start by just using my roller and kind of starting to get it attached. Like I said, that the base is there and the translucent is good, but in between you've got that layer of foil which sort of acts like a resist. So you really kind of have to work it a little bit. Now I am going to run this back through the pasta machine quickly and get another attempt at adhering it better. And unfortunately that's a bit off camera and you can't see it. I apologize. So now I have this wonderful foil under the translucent, and it's still kind of boring. So I'm taking, this is a color box. It is a pigment-based ink and just a fun little stamp. I think I got this from Michael's. And now I'm just going to stamp some flowers on top of my translucent. And this is just going to add another layer of interest. So just because you have a cane that you look at and you think, oh, this is just awful, I'm totally not thrilled with this at all, don't get rid of it because it is still usable. You know, we all make beads or do sculpting, whatever. There's always a need to have something for the inside when you don't want to use your good clay. So don't get rid of it. Repurpose it. Now this pigment ink dries really fast. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to add another layer of translucent. If you've ever worked with translucent clays before, you know that they're not super duper translucent until they're baked, and it requires just very, very thin layers to get a really nice translucency. So again, I'm going to go back over this now, and I'm going to roll this down. You can really see those flowers starting to pop through. I still have a little bit of resistance on the bottom from my foils not wanting to attach properly. Now this is okay, but I'm still not happy with it. So what I'm going to do is take my whole sheet back to the pasta machine. This time I'm going to go down a notch and I'm going to run it through the pasta machine on a number 3 setting. My purpose in doing this is to start to break up the foils a little bit and to give it a little more interest. Now that's starting to look better, and unfortunately it's wider than what I can get in my pasta machine, so I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to reduce again and make this sheet even thinner. Oh, now see, you've really spread out that flower pattern, possibly even bigger than what you want, but you know, that's just something that's going to be a judgment call. Play around with your stamps. Start small. Remember, this is how it started, and it grows because you're expanding underneath, expanding those foils to break it up into nice little foil particles, as well as making that stamp bigger. I'm going to roll the second part through the pasta machine. There you go. Now, I'm happy with where this is at, and I'm just going to take, I wear a lot of hair pieces, and I use the Attico cutters. They make a really nice, I don't know what size this is, but this teardrop is great for making little hair pieces. Now I'm going to kind of put this in an area where I think is going to be nice and will be able to be seen. I kind of like that right there. And I'm going to stamp that out. And let's see, there's another really cool piece right here that I think I can get out of there. So I'm going to cut this one out. And I'm just going to put the excess off to the side. Now I'll take a little small oval cutter just to punch out the middle. Like I said, this is going to be, you could actually use this for a shawl pin, or I put my hair up all the time, so that's what I typically do, is make hair accessories. And, of course, flowers. There's never enough flowers. So there you go. You've got a beautiful little art sheet or, you know, decorative piece. You could actually cut this up into tiles and then put it back on a wooden frame and make a mosaic with it. You could make a little pendant, or just cut out some circles, bake them off, and see what they look like. You know, it started out as scrap clay that, you know, was an ugly cane I wasn't going to do anything with. So by just experimenting with adding a little translucent and a little ink, I could have added paint to this. There's just so many options, and you can see the back is ugly, so you're going to have to back this with another color anyway. But I think that that's just going to bake off really nice, and either as a scarf pin or a hair barrette, I think it's going to be wonderful. So don't worry about when good canes go bad. Just cut them at a different angle and repurpose them. Remember, you are the boss of your clay, and with Polymer Clay, there is no waste. So, Kim Hale, Adventures in Polymer Clay. I hope you guys have a great afternoon, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.